as cold as yesterday, but we're not as warm as the days to come because we were tracking a little bit of rain, a little bit of a warm front, and with that does come a whole lot of spring. Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. We are watching out for a chance for rain as soon as tonight, but better chances into your work week. We're talking better chances for tomorrow and for Thursday. Friday and Saturday are still both looking very good, very dry. Not too concerned about those forecasts, and it's not only going to be warm, but it's going to be sunny as well. Our time lapse at Newport just ending here with a good filtered look to the sky. Not necessarily cloudy, but not necessarily sunny, though the filtered nature to the clouds, if you will, is picking up on the sun of the airport. It's 33 here in Cincinnati. Your high today, 40 degrees. We're making a run at it, and to put in perspective, yesterday we only hit 28, and so we're already feeling a whole lot better than yesterday, if not that because of the temps, but definitely because of the lack of snow. Now, as we head into your afternoon, of course, some of us are still freezing. We still have temperatures in the upper 20s out in Batesville, closer to the International Airport, and up in southern Warren County in Lebanon at 28 degrees right now. And it's because of these clouds that we can't seem to shake. We're not going to shake them throughout the day. That's why some of us are going to struggle to hit 40 degrees, but at least we're warmer than yesterday. Let's show you where our next weather maker is. It's not too far away. It's going to be bringing some snow and some rain into your midweek. Depends on where you are, what you're going to see. Again, Thursday is that first alert weather day. So today, 40 degrees, chilly, mostly cloudy, filtered sunshine really, and then we have those few afternoon showers coming into play. I'm mainly seeing that later on in the evening, kind of getting started around 7 o'clock. It's not going to amount to a whole lot. I think most of us will kind of forget it happens by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. And temperatures, they're not going to be dropping really throughout your evening. We've got that warm front coming into play, and that's going to be pulling temperatures back into the low 40s by the time we wake up tomorrow. So instead of temps dropping overnight, they're going to be, if not staying the same, actually rising a little bit. We do have these winds that are really going to help drive that. So you're going to notice these winds kicking up overnight. Winds are going to gust up to about 35 miles an hour, not out of the question. And then we're going to hang on to breezy conditions into your Wednesday afternoon. Like I said, Wednesday itself is not necessarily going to be a bad day. We just have a little bit of rain in that forecast, perhaps a bit of snow as well the later we get into the day, and not everyone's going to see it either. So we've got a chance today, a chance tomorrow, but the best chance is on Thursday. So the next 3 days is going to be a little active, but it depends on where you are. Tomorrow we're waking up again. Temperatures are going to be pretty mild for this time of year and that time of day. Waking up above freezing, if not in the 30s, then actually in the low 40s. This is your hourly precip map for tomorrow. We're mainly eyeing the chance for some early morning rain. You're going to notice it's not for everybody. I mean, a 20% chance really isn't that impressive, and that's all the way through your early afternoon. So by the time we head into your evening, which FC Cincinnati match tomorrow evening, by the time we get there, we're looking pretty dry, if not entirely dry. We can't rule out just like a little chance of that rain delaying and sticking around, but 10% really isn't that impressive. It is not concerning if you're heading out to the Champions Cup tomorrow evening. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Temperatures around that time, look, they're going to be mild. Kickoff 7 o'clock, upper 40s. Not too bad of a forecast there for your Wednesday, but again, we do have a slight chance for some rain. This is in the morning. Today's chance is in the afternoon. Tomorrow's chance is in the morning. Thursday's chance is mainly the morning, but has a chance of having lingering impacts into the afternoon, and that's why it's a first alert weather day. Your high tomorrow, 51. So we go from the 20s yesterday to the upper 30s today to the low 50s tomorrow, and we're going to stay around that mark even to your Thursday, but I mean, it's going to be a pretty messy day. And then Friday, we are clearing out. We're staying nice and mild. Some things to look forward to, but we do want to give you that first alert that Thursday is still looking quite messy. And even though it's not going to be a lot, we're not seeing heavy snowfall totals, sleet totals, rain totals. That's all going to be south of the tri-state. We know from this last Monday that even a little bit, if we're not prepared, can definitely slow things down, give you some school delays. But we're mainly seeing a wintry mix in the morning and then a few afternoon rain showers. And then, of course, with the impacts here in the morning, slick spots will lead to a slow morning drive. So here's your weather timeline. We're talking about the rain chances for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Again, today's is in the evening around 7 o'clock. Like I mentioned, maybe a few wet snowflakes trying to come into play, but it's mainly going to be rain with those temperatures, remember, rising overnight into your Wednesday. Now here's that tiny chance for some rain in Wednesday morning. Again, these temperatures will be in the upper 30s, low 40s, so all rain here in the tri-state, but a couple moderate showers could come into play. But notice as they trek from northwest to southeast, they are going to be weakening. And by the time, if you're waking up at around 7 o'clock, by the time we get there, we could be looking at no rain in the tri-state. Could have missed it altogether. And then as we work into your afternoon on Wednesday, watching out for our northern Kentucky counties could be getting clipped by a couple of lighter showers. They're, again, not going to amount to a whole lot, not have a heavy impact, but it is possible you see some afternoon rain. And then Thursday, that's when we have the most coverage with the showers, with the precipitation. And I use a pretty broad term because we quite literally could see everything: rain, sleet, and snow, all possible for that Thursday morning commute. And that's why we were so quick to issue that first alert weather day. We were like, it's looking like rain, but the possibility for some wintry mix and snow is definitely there. The good news here is that because we've seen the chance for rain go down a little bit, the heavy rain is still far south. In fact, it's a good amount south of us. So that blue that you see there is at least 2 inches of rain. If you remember tuning in over the weekend, that was a lot closer to us, whereas the trend is now south. However, we're still tracking some rain here in the tri-state and a little bit of snow as well. You'll see that for Thursday. Again, here's another look, a kind of zoomed out look. It'll be in the morning. Can't rule out some ice trying to accumulate here. I think it's mainly going to be rain and snow, but with temperatures this morning, Thursday morning, going to be around 31. You do have the opportunity for quite literally everything. And then the afternoon still looks drier, just a little bit on the soggy side, on the backside of all of that. So temperatures, as we step into the late week, are still looking quite spring-like. Normal for this time of year, mid to upper 40s, and we're tracking the middle 50s by Friday. And plenty of sun in that forecast for Friday, Saturday, and now your Sundays are starting to dry up too, but then early into next week, like we mentioned this time yesterday, starting to look a little bit more active here in your first alert extended forecast. So the next 3 days, relatively active, but it's little chances here and there. It's not going to amount to a whole lot, but the timing is unfortunate. So Tuesday, today, evening showers, all rain, if not mostly rain with a couple wet snowflakes northwest of Cincy, but I think most of us will just see rain because these temperatures are going to be pretty steady overnight into your Wednesday. I mean, look, we go from 40 this afternoon to a whopping 39 tomorrow morning. And that'll opens the door and allows us to warm up to near 50 for Wednesday afternoon. A little bit of morning rain, but then the afternoon and evening look drier for those plans. Thursday morning, waking up below freezing. Again, 31 is really that sweet spot in which all modes of precip are on the table. So that's snow, that's rain, even a little bit of sleet can't be ruled out. And that's why Thursday's a first alert weather day. A high of 49 degrees. So the good news here is that anything that is snow or ice will not really stick around for too long, but it could just make things slow for that morning commute. And then Friday, Saturday, looking good, feeling good too. We're waking up chilly in the 30s, but warming up into the mid to low 50s. And then we're rolling into next week, watching out for a couple of opportunities for not only snow, but rain and thunderstorms. Monday and Tuesday of next week look quite messy, so just something to keep an eye on if you have plans heading into early next week, the first full week of March. Okay, let's see if we have any questions coming on in. JD's tuning in. What's the weather for Canton tomorrow morning? How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Canton tomorrow morning is going to be a chilly one, a little less active than us. That's the good news. Chet's tuning in. Decent weather for Taco Tuesday. Fabulous weather for Taco Tuesday. Maybe a little chilly, but nevertheless, looking good, feeling good. So, had a lot of questions actually from a lot of people here at Fox 19. When are we falling back an hour? And it might sneak up on you because March is sneaking up on everyone, and we're already almost there. Daylight saving time begins in less than 2 weeks, so that is a week from this upcoming Sunday. We wind the clocks back an hour, which means sunsets and sunrises will be an hour earlier So great for the 9 to 5ers if you want an extra hour of daylight in the evening. St. Patrick's Day is 3 weeks from today, and a little bit afterwards, spring will begin. But of course, we're feeling and looking a little bit more like spring for us here in the tri-state as soon as this weekend. It's the good news. Okay, no other questions coming on in. Actually, no, we just had one pop up. Darla's tuning in. Good afternoon, Erin. Do you think we'll have any more big snow like we've had a few weeks ago? Hi, Darla. Good afternoon. As far as do I think? No, because temperatures, they're going to be quite mild over the next few days. I am watching out for Monday of next week for a good opportunity for some rain, a little bit of snow as well, but the temperatures after Monday are not going to keep the snow around for long at all. So really, I'm not seeing any elongated periods of cold following any big snow, which means we're not going to see anything quite like we saw a few weeks ago, in which we saw over a foot of snow and several weeks straight of below average temperatures. And even if we were to see the below average temperatures now at the end of February, it just wouldn't be as cold because we are closer to springtime. Thank you guys for your questions this afternoon. No other ones coming on in. We'll have the latest info for you guys about those rain chances even tonight, but most importantly, I think Thursday morning, a little bit of snow coming into the mix too. We'll have that for you guys coming up this afternoon at 3 o'clock. But for now, signing off here in Queensgate, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.